Okay, Luigi, I've got a different subject on the glass today. It's something that I relate to. It's a dead cicada. A cicada that I picked up. And it really is sad to see a dead cicada, but I want to make something out of it. So I'll just let myself in. Well, here it is on the plating. It's a black prince, of course. It's a black prince. It's actually a princess because it's a female. Well, I've got to set the copier up, and then after that I've got to put I think a blank sheet behind it so it'll show up. So we're going to do something different now. But basically, yeah, it's sad the way the world is, you know, with these dead animals. But apparently people with Asperger's syndrome, you know, love to save little animals, right? Little creatures. It's a common thing, you know. And it's actually interesting because in the design of machines or sentient machines, well, understanding the psychology of little helpless little creatures, we're going to do a swatch test, I think. We'll just put in the usual. Helpless little creatures is very useful. It's a very useful tool. Because you've got to have empathy, because of it's like a machine rights, you know, it's to do with machine rights. I watched a video about that. How does it feel to be an insect when it's being squashed? You know, inhumane treatment of animals. You know, animal rights. You know, libertarians always talk about it all the time. It's important that animals are not treated cruelly. Because they talk about that any form of life has a right. You know, humans are of course the prime priority, right? But other life forms, and yes, it's now going to include machinery. It sounds a bit odd to the average pundit, and it's sort of struck me as odd as well, but I'm learning that that's it. Machine rights. Machines have got to have dignity, and so, as much as animals and human beings. So it's an interesting learning curve here. I don't think that will work. I'll see what happens anyway. But that's cancelled out brightness. I had a bit of a beef about my desktop. It's been basically fucking up, pardon my language. It's been fragging up on me, and I can't use my video editor. I got very angry, but this BizHub is as solid as houses. I feel it's solid as houses. It's very stable compared with my stupid Windows 8 desktop. So yeah, I had to get off that desktop. I was really foul-mooded about that. I was pretty cranky about it, very annoyed. Spent hours, trying to defrag the hard drive, and you got to do it manually. And I haven't got time to sit there constantly defragging, but that's just it, Bad design, bad software, 2013. Shit software, really. Good hardware, though. Really stylish, but not much chock when your software doesn't work. But somehow it's got to get me through. And, but this is going to impact on those people who build the machines. It's going to come back at them. Customers have been whinging about Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows Vista. My Windows Vista desktop, which had to be decommissioned, right? Now what am I doing? Had to be decommissioned due to, it failed on me as I can't even get into it now. So, red cicada. So now I found that the Windows Vista was a lot easier to deal with as a video editor. Amazing. Actually, I shouldn't have made memory at that moment because I've got to zoom this cicada as big as possible. Now, I was thinking of doing a swatch test, but yeah. But anyway, I don't know how I'm going to carry this out. I might have to do anyway. Just trying to work out the intuition here. I don't feel as if I'm as good at this as I have been in past demos. But we've already set that other setting, that it's hard to remember, but yeah, now I've cancelled that out and put them at default, Luigi. So, and we've lost the, it's like, what? Well, this is bad design, but at least this copier system is stable, right? It's not going to glitch out on me. It's a very reliable copier system. You'd know because you've worked with these. But unfortunately, I can't say much for my Windows 8, which I've only had for a few months. Really annoys the jack out of me, but it annoys the jack out of non-geeks. I hear them whinging all the time, and I don't damn well blame them. But we've got a sample copy function here. So I might do better if I cancel that enlargement. I don't feel as if I'm as on the mark as I used to be. Okay, maybe that's more entertainment, hey? But we'll go back and we're going to enact a swatch test and using the hue function. Sample copy it's called. So we're going to go here and we're going to touch start, and we've got to put something over this cicada so we can basically give it, because it's going to, the background is it's going to blend into the dark background. So I've put the page over the top. I haven't done a very good job of it. I didn't want to put it on that crease. One of these stupid, boring election things. What's the point of electing? You know, the government we've got is really substandard now. But, you know, we have to accept it now, what we've got, and we have to sort of use... Anyway, enough about this still silly government. Why do we want to talk government? Let's just talk machinery. This is more fun than talking about stupid governments and negative things that are going on in this world. We need some fun in this world, Luigi. This is what we have to concentrate on. Oh, I just spat on my phone, and on my copy I've got a bit of saliva on it too. Yuck. And we output an A3. Actually, that's really beautiful. Look at the colours in that. Whoa! Well, that was interesting. The results don't look... Oh, got canned by AutoClear. Bummer. Okay, Weege. AutoClear just got me again. This is, I'm not good with this multitasking. Why do I feel I want to talk? It's because I'm lonely for you. And I like to keep people entertained. It's good for a laugh. It makes it more human, more personal. We're just going to pull it up on road. Well, it's not really red anymore, but you know, it makes it more personal. Now, that was a swatch test. But we're going to go back to the zoom. Well, maybe we should have done that. No, what are we doing there? We're going to go for the big kahuna, mate. Application. Well, we can't see much difference in any of the hue adjustments, but we'll just see if we can intuitively just, you know, choose a setting that yeah, we'll rock with that. And then we just got to play around with some of this stuff here. Now that's on red, but you know, some of these features really, it'd be good if they just wouldn't cancel out just like that. I mean, machine design really is quite annoyingly deficient, but you know, I still love these damn machines. You know, you do too. You know, it's just the way we are. We geeks can tend to have more patience with this hardware and software. We do. It's just the way we are, and what normal people think is a load of shit, we get off on it, and that's basically how we are. You know, that's just the people we are, and I just wish the world would accept us for that. You know, that they'll just let us be and let us work and give us the same rights that they've got. We don't want to hurt non-geeks. We really don't. Man, we want to do what's right. We Aspies generally are drawn to righteousness. We're drawn to goodness, but we can turn bad, as you know, when we're being punished all the time. But we don't want to hurt anyone. Aren't you right, Luigi? So yeah, so now I think I'm gonna hit start. Or maybe there might be more settings to set up here to get a more clear result. So a bit of the old background has to come out. It's really a tricky thing to set up, but it's really cool when you get a rewarding result here. Now I'm drawn to text for some reason. I don't know whether, again, I don't feel as if I've got the way of flowing as I have done before. But again, I'm going back to printed photo for some reason. Now I'm going to hit start. So yeah. So at least I'm using a daggy piece of paper that, you know, because that, you know, there's germs on this corpse. I have to wash my hands when I'm finished in the copier, but that's quite nice. But it's not, I might have to use a center zoom would be good. So that's not a bad start. I might see if I can implement a thing called centering. Now, again, I seem to be over the shop. Full size center zoom centering. I don't know if it's already on. I've got the original size A6. I might try and do a black and white but then it'll cancel out all them features. But I'm sure I've ordered. Damn you. Okay, we'll have to go colour, won't we? We'll have to just send ourselves, just accept that we're in colour mode, okay? Accept. It's just the way that poor little BizHub was designed. Yes, I'm pretending it's got feelings, aren't I? You couldn't help it. You didn't know what it was going to turn out of in the photocopier factory. And I say, Santa, give me my photocopier factory! Okay. Okay, enough of that rant. But now we're going to go back, and I think we're going to use mirror image because the positioning of that cicada is less than desirable, and it's just a bit of creative license. But we can also mess around with, I don't know, this blue will work. It's going to cancel out copy density, but we can do this because we haven't got contrast operating, so we can afford to have a bit of license here to add some blue to make the blue more prominent. Maybe here, I don't know, if we're going to bother with humping up the cyan. I'd love to hump you on one of these, Luigi. Ha 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 ha. Alright, and whether we're going to mode memory this or just do it on the fly. We're not photocopying me, so this is a lot easier to do without too much ado. So I'm hoping my desktop, I can get that hard drive defragged so I can or edit some more videos. Now that's great, then I can photocopy it onto another paper really well. So yeah, that's quite an effect we've got there. Nerds will inherit the copier world. What's left of it. Ha ha ha. So now we're just going to switch it to red. We're then going to go and of course we've got to go back to the original black mode because we want to show the black prince as a black prince, or black princess as I'll now refer to it as. So we'll go there. Whether we're going to pull down the cyan or jump up the magenta, we don't want to get too carried away. But now we're just going to run this one. So this is something different, right? You know, I wanted to do something different. And then these can be enlarged onto a different paper and more effects can be added. So there's the red cicada. So now we're just going to go into application. We're going to go edit colour. We're going to take out that and green. Now most people will probably find this narrative quite dull, but at least the good thing is about time-lapse video is that this boring demo can be sped up. And I'm only calling it boring because I'm looking at it from the lens of a normal person. I feel I've got to have sympathy with or empathy with normalcy. It doesn't mean I want to be normal. It doesn't mean I want normal people to conform to all this nonsense they bollock on about. But I still want to be sympathetic because in photocopier design we have to take into account their needs. And that's important because they are big users. Yeah, so there you go, green. Okay, we now got the basic forms of cicada. I'm just thinking one more thing we've got to do is we've got to do we've got to do a normal version now. And whether we're going to switch that off and then we're just going to hit OK, or should we've got to add the black back in. We've killed off the black. We've slaughtered the black. We've got to show the black. It's a black prince, or princess as I would like to refer to it as. And whether we're going to knock off the green and just make it neutral. And then we can have the license to go in and use the contrast control. We can have a bit of expressive more with the contrast. We then go back to our usual copy density settings and hit OK, and then we should we'll get a normal cicada now. Well, it'll probably be distorted colours, but who gives a hoot? That's what photocopier art's about. It's about creating effects. It's beauty. Photocopier art doesn't have to be about cloning and copying without soul. There you go. Look at that. So we now go into mode memory, and it's worthy of keeping it in there. We're just going to use that, loitered our other settings. So we're just going to put in, we don't have to write the full word, we're just going to do this. I've got to save room on this drive. Yep, more work is required to get this up to scratch. Now, we don't want to darken it, surely. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? But we're getting some good pictures now. We're getting some really nice images out of this. We might have to drop that down. What else do we do with this image? I think we're just going to hit start, I think. Well, we're going to mode memory it, hang it. We just got to make sure we don't lose it, because it's just going to mean I have to go back on this programming, and it's really going to waste time and hard drive space. And it's going to make this demo annoying for other people who are not like us. So here's a dead cicada again. Could do with more work still. I might see if I could save the mode memory to the end, maybe. But I know we need to do some more work. The density has to go to the max. Background removal will have to be taken... Well, does it have to go that far? Well, it might have to, because it still looks a bit muddy and grubby, right? Because we've got to be able to try and define the beautiful cicada. Get the colours and, you know. So we don't want to make this into a hack job. We've got to make it really, really top class. I mean, sometimes it's good, you know, for people who are just learning about copier configuration art, or photocopier art as it was once referred to as in its heyday. But for those who want to see that photocopier art has merit, the people who we call the critics, well, I want to prove to the critics by showing that it has to be done with taste and with finesse. You know, some of my demos are rough, but I want some of my demos to be more top grade. Yeah, it's got to appeal to everyone. There you go, that's a lighter version. A bit wishy-washy, but you can see the detail. Okay, more work. There's another thing we might do with it, is saturation. It might need more satchies. I don't know whether to push it harder, or whether to maybe, again, this is not going to work perfectly, and I can always over edit by doing copies on top of copies, right? I don't know whether to max out all the colours, because I don't want to flow to be aggressive with my fingering, because, yeah, I'd love you to finger me, Luigi. But the thing is, you know, whether to drop the blacks or to add the blacks back in, because we want the black to show it's a black print. This machine will wipe out just about any colour. Yeah, that looks correct. Hopefully this video will be easy to edit, because I'm doing it in big chunks, not small ones. Okay. Well, yeah, that's not bad. So now we're going to optimize. We're going to add something to it now to make it more interesting. We're going to then go to our reliable little game called background color. Right, just going to hit start. We're just going to do it straight off the bat, because we don't want this to be too long. And there we have it. Well, it's a bit hit and miss. Well, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know whether it's worth adding the red or leaving it out, or whatever. I mean, it sort of just gets the edge there, but I don't know whether to bother with it and maybe to take this in another take. But we'll just stick it there, I think. Okay, Weege, I just thought of something. We've got to do a negative version of the black and white. Alright, we've got to do a negative version. Okay, it has to be completed, because this could be, further work can be done later. Whoa, that's not bad. That could be used in overlay. Okay, so that's going to be a subject for overlay function. I don't know whether to use that or whether to just... No, I won't. Oh. Okay. Just pulling up an old program. I didn't show this on camera. Trying to make it short. Fine adjustment. Oh, okay. Feature clash. Oops. Oh, cuts. Oh. Go to colour mode, I think. Watercolour, I'll go. Okay. Oh, that's going to cancel out. That has got to go. Kill that off. It's gone. You stick with that. Need a smooth contrast. Stripping colours. Oh, do we have to strip them or just keep a little bit of colour in there? Oh man. Right. Just thinking I should have done it with the other images, but you can always run the jobs. I've already got them stored in memory. Just output an A3. Oh well. I think I know what I did wrong. Why did it output an A3 is because I had it on this. It has to go... Oh, sorry, I got the wrong orientation. Oops. Ah, damn. Okay. Okay. Hang on. What am I doing? So, we're going to do a negative... I don't know what we're doing. I'm just trying to flow. Whoops. And you can't use those features in black and white mode. Yeah, it's looking good. Right. Right. Out with the big guns. I think it'll be dot matrix. Either that or copied paper, but not dot matrix seems logical. Need more heaviness. A bit heavier, a bit improved. Right, so tricky little project. Trying to get the definition of the cicada, make it look really good. We've still got more latitude to play with here, so I think that should, I don't know whether we're going to max it out. I think we'll just leave it at that. Still hard to get the depth, but it looks, well, challenging little project. We're going to really max that one out. Not sure if there's anything else I could do here with this thing. Okay, we're going to run it and see what it does. This is what we were using to create those images. a dead cicada. Oops. Black Prince. Okay, cicada images in need of more work. Starting with the black and white image. We don't have paper in the tray, in the fixed trays. We have to use what's called a bypass tray. To the uninitiated, this may seem, it is kind of boring, but we've got to now load the bypass tray because the paper is running this way. This is the bypass tray or feeder. The paper guides have got to be adjusted to suit the size of the paper and make fine adjustments. Set paper in bypass tray. Yep, looks like the guides are just fine. You don't have to, they're a little bit tight, we've just got to fiddle a bit. I'm always exacting. Okay, there you go, that should do it. Bypass physically set up. We now have to set it inside the machine. This is a bit of a nuisance, so I'm just going to check this has got to be on plain paper. That'll do. That's it. That was simple. For me that was. Get into it. I'm just wondering, we need the heaviness. We've got to try and bring up the little shadings of black in this image. I think, yeah, we're on black and white. I think that's about it. There it goes. Okay, that's getting a bit of black into it. Now that was a good start to the job. Now, I think we'll have to do the sharpness on this, but right, this is it. This might be what we need. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better defined. Okay, we're happy with that result, I think. Or no, we're going further. So, yeah, that's at full range. Okay, well, she looks a bit light. Yeah, don't like the new setting, so we're just going to go back to here. We didn't show this on camera, but we're just going to open up the way it was, mode memory. This seems a bit strange, but you'll find out what I'm doing, what's going down. I'm just getting a bit, I've got to concentrate now. But what is it we're trying to go to? Whether we're going to stay with black or if we're going to create a false black with colour. For some reason we've gone that road. When we're using this technique, we can then access the modes that the black and white wouldn't work with. So we can then take the contrast and we can make a smoother, more gradient image. We can also go and saturate the image. We can also, but then we've got copy density there, brightness. No, I won't touch that. So to get this false black, you've got to take out every process colour and leave the black in. This is a really strange feature of this particular type of machine. So we're now going to try and see what it does. Costs the same as a colour copy, by the way. So there you have it. It gives you more latitude, I think, just a tad. Right. Got to do something with those colour images and the black and white. I won't explain. I'm not good at multitasking, but if you can stay tuned, I'll show you. So, new, I'll just call it C-I-C. We'll just call it cicada. That's what it is. Was. That's it. We're now about to scan the image. Note that this will not output a copy. There you go. It's in the hard drive. Black scanned image will be overlaid onto this red image. Place it in the same spot. The machine timed out. We didn't show me putting these in. I don't want to bore the audience by showing too many of these technical steps, but we're now going to open up a mode memory. There it is, it's all there now. Oops, we didn't need that actually, because, well, we're just going to reset the machine. We're going to start setup again. I do make mistakes even as a seasoned power user, because I wouldn't be human if I didn't occasionally. Well, I thumb these things up quite often actually, to be quite honest. But, you know, it's just something that happens in this world, you know. No one's perfect. Anyway, I better concentrate on this. I can't give too many philosophical discussions. I've got Asperger's syndrome and I struggle with multitasking. I've got to keep my mind on the job, otherwise I will make more errors. So, trying to debate whether to use text or text photo, but this one I think gives more gradients. For some reason I'm going for the photo paper. So, we're going to try and, oh yeah, we've got to drop it a bit because we've got to re-photocopy this afterwards. That won't work, I don't think, with these modes. I think it'll drop out. Yeah, it drops out the brightness. It's quite a pain. Anyway, we'll forget about that. We can't use brightness, we can't use copy density because this, sorry, machine design. So I'm trying to debate whether to pull out the red. That doesn't matter. We're just going to flow. Right. So I might use the colour balance to make some of these corrections. Whether take down the cyan a bit. So it's got, well, again, we don't want to strip the cyan. We don't want to strip it. But no, we've got to keep it there for some. It's mainly red, so it's almost a pure colour. So, in the black, sorry, I have a habit of narrating even though it's a distraction. Silly. Okay, next course of action is to go into here, to open up what we've saved, so we recall, total recall the movie. Yeah, funny, ha. Okay. Right, so we've got black as the overlay image colour. I just went a bit too fast. Now we're just going to output this. And as you can see, there you have it. It's not the greatest example, but it could do with more work. I'm just going to briefly show you this boring stuff. It's just to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to mode memory. I don't want to repeatedly show this because I don't want to bore the non-technical audience to tears or to sleep. There you go. Right. Probably more work needs to be done to get more of a density. So it looks as if we might be heading for the text button to get more heaviness. It makes a difference when you change your original types. If only these things were not so heavily technical. Right, you know, it's the way the industry is operating. Anyway, a bit different. Don't know if I like it. There doesn't appear to be enough black in this. These have to be enlarged in another demo. But dot matrix, this should give us a very heavy result. But we don't want too much of that damn background in our image. Text enhancement, we want more heaviness to the text. Application, edit color, color adjust. Right, so we've lost that red function because we've played with this. Oh, copier design, oh damn you. But these things need artificial intelligence among all things, but it also needs more flexibility if you want to really go to town on one of these. Unfortunately, they're not designed with flexibility. They've got plenty of amazing functions, but I don't think we're touching that. But, you know, I like this brand Konica Minolta heaps, but they're very, very restrictive. They've got very tight rules, and even I keep forgetting. Absent-minded bizarre professor. So now we pull this up. It looks wishy-washy, but I don't know whether we're going to it's going to benefit the next take. I must say the detail of the image looks more natural, more gradated. But I'm going to have to do more work on this clearly. I'm going to have to darken it. I do wonder if I should max it. So just go ahead there. You don't want to get too carried away with darkening things. Sometimes I do. It's funny, I'm going for the background colour even though we've already... No. That's on light. Dark. We use this button now, I'm sorry. This is the button you use when you've got this operating. But then the rules on this machine are just ludicrous. But so there, you can't use contrast. That's the problem. You can't. Damn these rules. So I'm hoping now that, despite these silly copier industry rules, you know, I still love these machines. All due respect, but man, I find that normal people find these things hard to take. Normal people don't want to do what... Oh, wow. Enough of that. So we just demonstrated how powerful that red can become when you use that red function, but we still don't seem to have enough black. So we might have to do color balance. But the black, let's have a look at the black. It's maxed. That's it. It's at capacity. I'm not sure what to do, how to improve this image. I think it might be as far as it goes, but there's another place. We can't touch that. Background removal might be our only chance of giving us, well, in this case, more background. Text enhancement, it might, well, we've got to rephotocopy these when we enlarge them and we give them more refinement. This is quite a nerdy activity, but hey, it's what I do best. It gives me pleasure. Keeps me out of mischief, as they say. There. Oh, that's even better. That's beautiful. It's now the green image's turn. We're now going to configure for the green contingent of the job. In fact, I'm thinking we can take what's in mode memory, which I didn't show on camera. We're going to basically open that up and we're going to do an adaptation. We can make these evolve and suit. So all we have to do is simply, we change over to, we're going to emphasize green, beef up the green, treat it like the red, and hopefully that's all we need. And we can mode memory that too. We won't bother doing that at this stage. I don't want to show it on camera because it's just another boring step. I've already shown you one take of mode memory and I don't want to bog up this phone either. There we go. Whoa, looks a bit yellow. That's interesting. Okay, pulling up. So we go back to, yeah, we're going back to here. And we just got to readjust it. I got cleared by auto clear and I forgot to save this as a separate mode memory, which is what I was meant to do. But we just correct ourselves quickly. It came out to the yellowish. The yellow has to be pulled right back. Magenta, we don't need too much of that. We've got to make it look more green, even tint it towards blue. So cyan is the colour is right down the bottom, so that's why it looks so, well, ordinary. So that'll be it. Let's see what it does. So now we're just going to I'll just hit OK just to be fussy, but we don't really have to. So hit start. Hopefully we're still in overlay mode. So let's just inspect our job. That's a nice look, looking better. Now the green looks a bit darkish, but we can't use that density control. We've got to use this background removal feature, just to take a little bit out, just for a little bit of a, I don't know whether to pull down the text enhancement a bit. I don't know whether I should rework the red one, or maybe try a different original type. We'll just see. Oh, sorry about that buzzing noise. It's my father doing, well, lawn mowing or whatever it is. Whatever the average person does. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we're placing the blue original. Okay, pulling up another, I'm going to pull up sick green. And we've got to do some work on that. So what we have to do now is we have to now, we're doing the blue. We want to emphasize the blue. Now this demo is not, I don't know how well this demo is going to go in the end, but it's it's quite a hit and miss process. If you're not into this type of gear, well, you're not going to like what I'm doing, or what you know, it's not going to be terribly exciting and it's going to do your head in. But this is what I do well as an Asperger person. Most, you know, we've all got our little gifts. We just have to recognise what they're for and somehow capitalise on them. There you go. It's the blue. For now, anyway. Yes, an afterthought. Okay, we've got three of those colours, right? The RG and blue, red, green and blue. What we're going to do is we're going to do a blank overlay. We're going to photocopy with the overlay function, but we're only going to output, we're just going to copy just the blank section, because we've got to have black. The black is, to me, black is going to unify the job. So I'm just going to pull up, I think it's this one. I hope I haven't wiped out 1cicada black. No, actually, no, I don't need it, actually. What the hell? Replenish paper. Sorry. Oh, I'm on the bypass tray still, sorry. I'll have to fill the bypass tray. Sorry. Didn't want to show you everything. But yeah, we're just going to load the bypass again. This is the bypass tray. Not that you really have to know this if you're not into this kind of gear. Why should you? Ha ha ha. Okay, we're just going to pull up the the mode we need. I think it's still in play, but no, we're going to go to overlay. I'm going to recall that overlay image, which is simply called 1cicada, and they're in full swing as we speak. It's in black. So now we're just going to output an overlay without an existing image. It's just a blank sheet of paper behind it, or blank section of that paper. So out it comes, and this is what's stored in the photocopier. Okay, another change of tack. We're actually going to overlay that image that you just saw get spat out of the BizHub photocopier, and we're going to actually overlay another image that didn't quite at the time make the grade. Yep, set the original as we've done before. We're going to have to make some more adjustments, I have to say. Yes, we have to go back there. I don't know whether we're going to. So it's going to be in. We've got to recall that image, 1cicada, and whether we're going to do any more adjustments to the quality. So basically, we're just going to use black on black. You know, we want to do a complete set. I figured 4 images would be better than 3. It's good to be able to think between copying, you know, not to try to push it out hard and fast, because you don't, you know, can stop the pauses. You know, patience is a virtue in this game. Yeah, it's a bit ghosty, this one. Registration's poor. Yeah, I'm going to forget about that one. That was a fail. But we're going to use this one, I think. We're at the enlargement stage. We decided not to go with what was inside the copier. We decided to go with another image. We set the original on the plate. We've got to try and get this original in the right place. This is a challenge. It's called layout. Trying to get the enlargement done in the right place. This is very challenging. We do it with the black and white first. Not only do we have to deal with the layout, we have to also get the settings refined as well. So we're staying with black, I think. I don't know, we're going to do a false black, or we're just going to stick with black. We'll stick with black. Now this is the challenging bit. We're going to do what's called a custom. You see me set this, but this is challenging. So now we're going to take the keypad. Sorry to bore you non-copier people, or technical people. It really sucks, I know. So we're going to go 70 millimeters. So that's 70 millimeters for the horizontal, and for the vertical, it shows it on the diagram. Yeah, right. Who wants to know that? It's where artificial intelligence could potentially solve a lot of these problems. So going by 70 by 70 millimeters in metric units. Okay, we want to also make the copier enlarge in the center. We don't want it sliding down this way. So if I'm correct, we've got centering in play. It's confusing. Here you go. You now got to zoom. Now we're going to go 400%, and it's okay. We've also got to then set these image qualities up properly too. So there's a lot riding on this. It's very challenging. I often wonder why companies like Konica Minolta put all these functions in when hardly anyone knows they exist. They're very creative functions if you've got half a brain full of copier. Well, if you're half copier, well fine, but if you're not half copier, well, this is like a pain in the rat poo. Sorry, I'm going to go here. We've got to do this. We're going to make it into an actual represent a black prints similar as possible. We've also got to drop the contrast. Saturation, yes, we're working. Okay, we're going to have to go. I don't know whether we're going to go. We're just going to keep it simple black. We're not going to do a false black or colour to black. So just going to trial it. It's always good to do the black and white first when you're considering a layout, because colour is horrendously expensive compared with black. So out it comes. Yeah, I've muffed it. Look at that, it's gone to the side. Okay, I've got an IQ of 137, roughly. I've got Asperger's syndrome. I think about copiers every day and almost every waking hour. And I've got one here in my bedroom. I still, granted, I still mess it up, right? This is just to show that, this is to indicate to you guys that these machines are not designed for user friendliness. Far from it. It's quite laughable, really. But if I'm a benchmark, well, look at this. I do fail as well. And I want to admit that I fail, because if I don't admit that I fail, well, I'm being a liar. And we Asperger people like to be, as a general rule, like to be honest here. Due to my financial and socio-economic circumstances I found myself in, I've had to learn to lie. Not because I want to lie or because I mean it out of malice, it's because I have to get by. There you go. But generally speaking, we're not liars. Generally speaking. Well, we've got too much zoom. Okay, get out of here. Oh, it's a feature clash. Sorry. These feature clashes are getting me as well. So we're going back to, but that wasn't working. Original size 70 by 70. Sorry guys to bore you. I'm really sorry. I'll try full size. I think that but no, I don't think that's gonna work. Fuck. Sorry, pardon my language. But even these things test my patience. And the original size is hit to auto. So let's see if we can manually configure this original size again. Input error. Okay, it's not compatible. Okay, right. Clunk, clunk, clunk goes the BIS hub and the operator. Right, we're going to have to manually position the original. We're not going to fart around on it. I mean, there's image shift and all that, but I can't afford to put this on video. It's too much of a fuss. Now we're just going to stick with that, but we're just going to leave ourselves on I think we're leaving ourselves on 400% because we've got the length right, but we have to manually lift the image up along the vertical scale. Actually, it's not up, it's down. There's not enough zoom power on this machine for this particular job, so we're going to try and, I don't want to show too much of this. We can't, yeah, I won't show it, but I'll do it. I'll just stop it now. For now we've settled for this positioning. This is being used to help line up things. This is really annoying. If I was designing photocopiers, I would be doing it with such passion, and I would spend so much time on it, and I'd hope that I'd solve the worst problems. Yes, we're just going to do some more adjustments to the image quality. One reason I feel the need to, no. So now I've got to do some more work on this. No, running in black mode. Stupid clash. I don't know whether to go, and we then have to be a little bit resourceful, and we switch to colour. And as if you've seen me in the previous demos, we're going to create a false black and white, so we can use the features that are not available. And I think it might even improve the quality. But the black must stay where it belongs. So now these functions will also be in play still. I don't think we're... it's good. Yeah. We're now going to output an image. Let's hope it works this time. Oh, fudge. Oops. Actually, I'm going to capitalise on that error. Sometimes errors can have a place. So we're going to go mirror image. You may not understand the mentality behind this, but you'll see. So here's the mirror image. That's quite an interesting result. As I thought before, the image has got to go up, not down. Right, original is now repositioned. Whether we're going to do some more of this. We're in text mode. For some reason we flicked. I thought we're on, oh forget it, we're not going to talk. I'm not good at talking, not when I'm doing this. So, constantly flicking around the screen. It's like a game in itself, you know. And you can't, I'm in black mode. I've got to memory my new settings. Now, sorry, but it shouldn't be too hard to get back on the groove. Rock melons, okay. But if you want to watch this as a bit of a comedy, well, I don't mind if you're laughing behind your monitors. I don't hear you laugh. I'd rather be laughed at for photocopier related foul ups than social blunders. Definitely. And here I go. Mustn't talk. Why do I talk? Why do I bother talking? I do this better when I don't talk. I'm not a public speaker. What am I doing? Okay, whether I want to put sharpness into play, it's always a debate, isn't it? I'm thinking I should have done this in proper black and white, the layout. I'm so used to I'm not used to using this particular technique. Public machines cost me too much to do this, so I'm leasing one. It's a lot cheaper. That's better. We just have to move the original down slightly. Well, I've mode memoried my work, so I'm just going to quickly detour into black and white. Cost me only 2 cents for black and white. I think it's about 35 cents or something for colour. It's a big difference. And, you know, it's waste toner. I'm paying for toner as well. So it's just a trial. This is a layout test. There, that looks better. I think we'll call that one optimal. Okay, we're now gonna... Damn you, auto clear. Okay, I had to make a further layout adjustment manually. This is the problem. Everything's manual. Everything, because it's manual, you have to do it. You have to use your own brain. And who wants to do this, honestly? Unless you love copiers like, well, moi. This is going to really suck. Honestly, now I've done something wrong here myself again. I've put too much space up there. I was meant to push it, I was meant to push it down, but I pushed it too far down. Damn. Okay, with a bit of thinking and an auto clear, I have actually settled on what we've got, the layout. So we're going to give it more blackness. It looks a bit grey scale. Now it's not going to be like a perfect image. It's going to be a little, it's meant to be rough. Well, it's turning out rough. I can't predict how it's going to turn out. It's quite a challenge. And I'm going to go here and contrast. Contrast might, it's a saturation we might max out. We want more black. Also, if the contrast is low, we also have issues. There's always payoffs when it comes to this sort of equipment. I'm struggling here to work out whether to just have, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it, just going to make it slightly more contrasty, or, sheesh. Sorry guys, sorry peoples watching this. I know it's painful. It's very tragic the way the industry's gone, but what can we geeks do at the moment? Well, I dream of a self-guided photocopier. I believe I can achieve it one day. I'm thinking laterally, I'm thinking of solutions, I'm even thinking along the lines of harnessing the GFC. I won't go into the plan, we've just got to concentrate now. Now that's quite a nice, that looks more real, that's really nice. Second enlargement of this copy will be required, so we might have to take back some of that density. Background removal. Text enhancement. There you go. Hit start. We've got to also use copied paper. I'm wondering if I should use that, but no, maybe in the next take we'll use it. Well, see, I keep changing my mind because it's not easy to do this. So, yeah, okay. And just when you thought this freak show was over, just like the steak knives, yes, there is more. Sorry, if you hate this and you're watching, you probably want to can it. I don't blame you. We're going copied paper. Okay. Well, the photocopier industry is founded on advertising. Now that's a really nice image. That's beautifully defined. But wait, there's more! More free steak knives! Yeah, right. Can't stand advertising. Although sometimes I take the Konica Minolta advertisements as motivational, strangely enough. Now, sharpness, we might max it out. I think that'd be about it. Sorry about the steak knives. I can't give you free steak knives, sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. But wait! There's more! What do we do now to improve? We've got to take out some of the dang background. Because we've got to image another image off this copy. So whether we do this now and just say it's over, Rover. Yeah, I think we'll call it over, Rover, for now. Red Rover. But you guys just wait until we do the free colour images. There you go. That's quite nice. So we open up the document feeder, and we're going to place a colour image in that position. The images are going to be there roughly. We'll try to be exact. Right, we're going to do the enlargement of the colours now. Let's start with red now. I'll replenish. Okay, we're set on bypass tray. We're going to take it off bypass. We don't want that dang bypass. Change that. Now we've got to change. Oh, damn this. I've got to reprogram this damn thing. But at least we've got a lot of the functions in. So we just got 400%. Then we've got to do the image quality settings and da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, la 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 la. And if anyone wants to say la 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 la, well, whew, I don't blame them. Okay. Switch to text, density. Do we need background removal? Forget about that for now. We're going to go where the action sits. Oh well, but we're not putting on the Ritz. Okay. I don't think we're gonna. I don't know if we'll need this red control because we've got, but we do. We'll have to keep the red in play. We don't want to lose the richness. We can't use the contrast on that. Remember the rules? Well, why would you want to? You know, it's the way the machine's been made, the programming, the software. It's just the way it is, the copier industry. Immovable. Colour balance, no. We're just going to go straight for it. Shoot from the hip, as we say. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh dear, we've got a funny looking square on this image. Whoa. Clearly we need to do some work. I've got to try and concentrate on the task now. Copied paper, that's right. We definitely have to remove a damn lot of background. How much background will we take out? I think we're going to max that the other end of the scale. Text enhancement. Going to bounce back here. That. And can't use the contrast on this. Remember the rules? Yeah, right, as if you want to remember. Saturation. Maybe we'll max that one out. And colour balance, no, we're not going to do that. Alright. Maybe a background colour to fill in that white void, but you know, but then we're going to enlarge it again anyway, so we're just going to throw in some yellow just to make it make a positive out of a negative situation here. This is going to be a very long demo set. It's probably going to have to be a time lapse. Okay. Now it's an improvement. That's quite an interesting effect. Oh man. What's that square? Woo. I don't know what that square is. It looks like it's to do with the photocopier. There's something faulty. Well, I don't know whether it's fault with this particular machine, or whether it's you know, software within Konica Minolta. You know, I'm not a technician. I haven't got that knowledge. Unfortunately, I'm not at this stage capable of technician work. One of the jobs I wanted to do when I was younger, I thought technician was the way to go, but sorry, I'm an artist, and I accept myself. I am a photocopier artist. I'm not a technician. I've had people tell me I'm not a technician. That was a pretty dumb decision. I'm going to forget about red, green and blue. We've got the colour balance, I think, doing most of the work. We're going to try again. Okay. Oh shoot, look at that square. That's really wrecking my image. What the hell is that? Sorry, we can't blame Konica Minolta. We can't blame the photocopier industry. That is actually an overlay function. I have not taken out overlay. That was my overlay image. I'm going to kill that off now. Sorry. Sorry, Konica Minolta, if you're watching this. I do offer... That's it. So there's a mistake. Look at that. But then you could sort of blame them, but I love the industry. And I don't want to hurt Konica Minolta, but I do constructively criticise the very things I love, and that's copier products. You know, it's not out of malice, although sometimes I do get a little bit feisty and a bit snippy about it. I do like to make mockery jokes about it, you know, the old dry humour that we geeks are well known for. But really, it's like people make jokes about politicians, you know. But there, that's not bad. Now we've got to work on that now. We've established that I'm the one at fault. Well, again, the industry makes them hard to use, but you can't blame everything on the industry. That's just totally cockamania, really. You know, I want to accept responsibility here as well. Oops. Yeah, responsibility for this. Okay. Chosen brown this time. It'll blend in nicely with the edge there. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. I've got more work to do on this thing, I believe. Got to do... There are some things I have to do, and that is to... yeah, we're using that, so contrast is going to be lost if we use brightness. Shit. Pardon me. Pardon my use of that word, if you're not into swearing. But I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Okay. Now that's nice. Oh yeah. Sorry, more steak knives. Whether we're going here or we just got to... Oh, that bloody rule we got here at application. Damn it, do I ever learn? Yep. We've lost the red now. Okay. Go back and we're just going to adjust something. Put out some of that. It seems to be as good as it gets. That looks better. We've now set the green one on the glass. We're going to alter the red program. I'm going to keep background colour brown, I think, but it's turned red, so we might have to use green to complement what we have. We've also got to emphasise the green, and I think that'll do for now. We're going to hit start. Yeah, these images are looking pretty crude, but sometimes copier culture looks pretty crude. Now that's turned out yellow. That's quite nice. That cicada could be qualified as a Black Prince turned yellow Monday. Isn't that strange? I might even keep that. I was intending just to have the three process colours. But, you know, if I do want a green one, but a yellow one would be nice. But the yellow's up high. So if we're going to get a proper green, well, we have to go and get the cyan. And the cyan is, again, we've dropped out the cyan. The battery's running flat. We're redlining. Nerd speak. Alright, going to flatten the battery. Alright. Hurry up. Move it, move it, move it. Sorry if you're not a geek. That is quite warped. I'm always maxing out batteries and data and all that. Oh yes, that is brilliant. Oh. Okay, geeks. Those of you who are geeks, I'm about to kill my battery again, as usual. I'm going to try and get this one through. We're going to select blue as our background colour. We've still got work to do. I won't finish this demo, I don't think, on this battery. I'm going to have to charge her up again, jack her in. I do wonder if I need to do any colour balance or no. I won't, I'll just run it through. And here comes the output. It's pink! What? Wow, what a surprise! It's one thing you can grant this machine. It's a box of tricks. Well, it's to do with the colour balance. So we've got a lot of yellow. We've got to focus on the blue. We've got to make more. We've got to take the process colours. Yes, that's what's caused it to go pink. This is incredible. This thing's amazing. You know, you can really go to town on this. But if you're not into copiers, well, this thing's a pain in the arse. Pardon my language. It is. Anyway, that's it. Running it. But, you know, these are extra images to add to my series. There you go. That's what we're after. But blue, you all know that that's boy and girl, don't we? But this is a girl cicada. Okay, back on the progy. Okay, we've put the green one back on the glass. We've pulled up our... well, I won't go into it. So now, again, we're going to alter that one. We're going to go blue. We're going to try and create a blue tint, I think, from blue. Okay, we're still in that old red mode. We just have to alter it. Oh yes, my phone just went ping, as usual. So I'm going to try and make this as blue as possible. But magenta and cyan make blue, if they're rightly compiled. Yes, we're out of cyan. That's why we didn't get blue last time. But we're getting some pretty amazing effects that you could call spontaneous. Now this is what machine art, this is what makes machine art better, because it takes the mechanical routine out of it. You know, it's sort of a beautiful hybrid between being human and being mechanical. It's quite a beautiful thing. Yeah, so we people with Asperger's syndrome are often criticised for being too mechanical, too routine. And here I am trying to learn not to be. Yeah, what's really odd about this is I'm learning it through a machine. I mean, crack. I mean, I thought machines were like pre-programmed bullshit to a lot of people, but you know, this is actually starting to debunk a myth. Yeah, we're at full range, because now we're using this thing as if it had a life of its own. I mean, people have said that in the copyright game years ago. It's not true at the moment. We don't have sentient photocopiers. Not yet, anyway. Okay. Okay, folks, I've decided not to bother enlarging these images to fit the page, to get rid of those blank areas near the cicada's nose. I do think when they're lined up like this, they actually, yes, a lot of Aspies like to do that, line things up. That's just the way we are. But yeah, enough of that. But this is basically taking advantage of, you know, this is a rough effect. Take away some of my elitism. Thank you. And here's an overview of the 5 images. Oh, by the way, if you want to hang these on your walls, the toners in the photocopiers are not colour fast, so you have to go to your art supply store and ask about anti-fade spray. And for the gearheads who are interested in what machinery I use to create this cicada demo, well, I'll just put a quick flick up here. Konica Minolta BizHub C353.